again to another amazing, exciting 530 Grid lesson. Hi, this is Mark Boersma, and today we're going to be talking about Box 7 of the 530 Grid, asking for referrals. When we look at Box 7, asking for referrals, this is often, for an established business, this is the number one thing that you can do to make money quickly and to reduce the number of hours that you're working. Because when we get a referral from a current customer, well, we don't have to spend all the time and the money in generating the leads or area to pre-sales on working the lead. We do have to do some selling. We might have to do a little pre-sales, but it can cut out 50 to 80, 90% of that work, and so that lead is worth a lot more. If it's a referral, often we're going to get a higher return on it too, so less work, higher return. This is not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. Like ask for referrals. Now, most people don't ask for referrals. That's not good. If you don't plant a seed, guess what? You're not going to get referrals. You might get a few, but it's, a blind squirrel even, finds a nut. But then, if people do ask for referrals, they don't ask in the most effective manner. Better than not asking, but not the most effective manner. Like, hey, would you mind referring people to me? No, I'd be fine. Okay, you feel good, they feel good, but you're probably not going to get referrals. This is the best script that I've ever come across with as I've traveled all around the world as an international speaker and author. All different industries at all different levels. I've never found a script that's better than this for asking for referrals. Talk to your Action Vision coach if you want to customize it, tweak it, whatever. I have found, use it. But again, talk to your Action Vision coach. They may work with you in fine-tuning it. It goes something like this. As soon as possible, not when you got to get their name. You can not only do it in the servicing, you can actually use Box 7, asking for referrals, all the way up into Box Area 2, prospects. This is really funky. I mean, you can ask for referrals. It's unbelievable. But we'll just focus on getting the script down and then maybe have another lesson at some of these others. So it'd be, Mr. Smith, what I have found is successful people like yourself tend to know between 3 and 9 other successful people. We call this the cluster principle, who over the next 6 to 12 months may be in need of my products and services. Mr. Smith, over 96% of my business comes directly from referrals, and I was wondering if it would be all right for myself and my team to periodically ask for referrals. Would that be all right? So in the first paragraph, you're setting it up. It's called the billiard principle. It's a natural law. A great billiard player is not shooting one ball in the pocket. They're setting it up. There's probably 10 different ways you could get that ball in the pocket. They're setting it up for the next shot, the next shot, the next shot, the next shot. And so you cut corners on this, and you're probably not going to get as good as results. So, Mr. Smith, I have found, is successful people like yourself. What I'm doing is I'm applying the cluster principle. So Mr. Smith here is thinking, wow, they really know me because I'm successful. Is successful people like yourself. People tend to think of themselves as being successful. Tend to know between 3 and 9. So there's something specific, successful people. So we're setting in their mind, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, that they know between 3 and 9 other people who they could refer to us. We call this the cluster principle. You mean there's a name for it? Yes, there's a name for it. Over the next 6 to 12 months, we don't say immediately. We don't say 3 to 6 months. We don't say 1 to 3 months. We say 6 to 12 months because psychologically they don't feel pressured. They're not like, oh, they're trying to get all these people from me. Like, nobody wants that. You're saying over the next 6 to 12 months. Don't worry if they say, well, I was going to refer you Joe, but he's interested in 5 months. You probably wouldn't be interested. They're not listening for the 6 to 12 months. They're listening for the heart, the physiology of what you're saying. Like, are you going to high pressure them to go and pursue their friends? You're not, because of the 6 to 12 months. So you can tell this has been thought out by a genius. I mean, this is just amazing. And then over 96% of my business, that shows that you're dependent upon referrals. Whatever that percentage is, make it real as best as you can. And then you're saying, I was wondering if it would be all right for myself and my team. You might be saying, Mark, it's only me. Trust me, you're going to have a team in the future, right? You want to own a company, not a job. So you want to get the scripting down, you and your team. Now, right now, you and your team might be one, but you're going to have executive virtual assistants in the future. You're going to have partners or employees. You're going to have other people. So that also psychologically makes it look like you're a puffer fish. You're bigger than life. It's not just you. And you're asking them for permission. So now what you do is typically wait there. You don't go in to the third one immediately. So you don't just go, boom, would that be all right? You said periodically, not right now. So there should be like a little line between there maybe, and put a pause. And then you just say thanks, and then you get the information, you sell them, you close them, you service them, you do whatever, and then you do, if you're over 50, you know what the Columbo close is probably. So there's this old show. He's a detective, and he's walking out of the room, and he'd always have one more thing. So you're almost ready, packed up, ready to leave, and say, Mr. Smith, one more thing. What would be the names maybe of two individuals you know from specific areas in their lives, we'll get into that in a minute, who may be interested in finding out more information about, and then you put your products and services in there, mortgage, real estate, financial planning, CPA, whatever it is, as they may be in a similar decision-making process as you are over the next 6 to 12 months. Again, you're connecting to them. It's not high pressure. So, Mr. Smith, who would be the names of two individuals? Very specific. And then you're looking at controlling their brain. So the average person knows 250 people. The average business owner knows over 5,500 people. If you do not control their brain, it could be family members. It could be friends. It could be coworkers. It could be customers. It could be associates. It could be peers. It could be some. So you want to go into a specific area in their life who may be interested in finding out more information. Not about buying or selling. It's casual. Like you see this whole thing is all casual. So if you haven't read the internalization white paper, do so. You have to internalize what we're teaching now. It's not, the scripting is magical, that you can do the scripting, and if you don't get the energy behind it, we're not pressuring them. Now, some people say, like in the mortgage industry, I used to be in the mortgage industry a couple decades ago, and they'd say, well, Mark, I haven't closed the loan, or in real estate, I haven't closed the loan, or for CPAs, well, we're just getting them on as a client. We don't know, they don't know if we're giving them good service. If somebody's buying a home, if they have a friend buying a home in another 2 weeks, they're not going to wait for you to close the loan to get a referral. If they're going with you, do this. They're going with you. They don't have to be married to you. They don't have to have an amazing experience. And, no system's perfect. And so they might have some bumps in the road. The best time to get a referral is right on the upfront. Talk with your Action Vision coach, and then have them help you learn how to apply this same thing to prospects. It's the coolest thing in the world when you get a prospect, referrals from prospects who might not even turn into customers, but they're willing to refer you business anyways because you're educating, you're helping them. So it's never too early to ask for a referral. This is an easy script to learn and go through. Now, here's the 5-step process. Educate them. Successful people, know between 3 and 9 other people. Ask broad-based, those who are looking 6 to 12 months in the future, not right now. Don't put, I need somebody right now. I'm going to call them right now. Can I just jump out of a room and call them right now? Don't, it's 6 to 12 months. It's a broad base of time. It's not a big deal. And then the importance and value you place on the referral. So that's built into the scripting. It's the physiology of it. And then ask them on your first meeting with them. Don't wait into the future. do wait a little while. Don't be too socially autistic and then just jump right into that second part. Again, put a lot of line between it. Ask them on your first meeting. Ask for 2 referrals. Ask for specific areas within their lives, like people that you work with, family members, neighbors, coworkers, church, community, others, and being able to go through and do that. So people have segments in their life. We're going to go ahead and do another session on this. It's called Rings of Influence. My good friend, mentor Tom Kuntz, past president, largest real estate franchise in the world, he shared with me Rings of Influence. Talk to your Action Vision coach about that, and then go through. That's another great. Dude, that'll probably be in the members only section of Action Vision. So for sure, go through the Rings of Influence. That is so powerful in being able to understand it. All right, so let's take this and let's supercharge it. Let's 10x it. By the way, if you haven't gone through the 10x audio, it's a book. Go through the audio. Unbelievable. I mean, it's just my good friend Paul Weiner. He went through 10x. I don't know the author. I'm not connected in any way to the book. Neither is Action Vision, but went through it, and he went through it, and the whole thing, he's like, this is Action Vision, this is Action Vision, this is Action Vision. Go through 10x. You might want to make it part of your culture. So 10x, how do you multiply something 10 times? Well, you take the asking for referrals and plug it in to the feeding successes, box 12. And so you capture this and then connect these together and then pull this into profitable partnerships. The most profitable partnership that I've had ever in my life is with a couple nonprofit organizations, Life Masteries Institute and Legacy Partners. Most organizations, before I do that, many businesses, again, will contract with EVAs, Executive Virtual Assistants, to build and run their referral development and profitable partnership systems. I have 3 EVAs I'm contracting with to do all of this. So I don't do any of this for my own business. I don't take my time. I understand the value of it. I'm willing to invest money into having this done. So you invest money to make money. And so the EVAs, you don't have to train them. You don't have to manage them. You don't have to oversee them. You don't have to worry about them quitting. You don't have to worry about them taking a job somewhere else. You don't have to worry about them getting sick, pregnant, anything. It's fun. It's unbelievable. Great community. Through Life Masteries Institute, they certify individuals in being able to go through this. Now, when we look at creating a profitable partnership with LMI, Life Masteries Institute, they're a nonprofit 501c3 organization. They have ask your executive coach for the memo on leverage on how to partner. They are amazing. They have systems that, I've always died for in business. They have networks, they have technology, they have tools, they have resources. If you don't know how to do the 30-minute strategy session, they can help you in the short term. Once you learn how to do the 30-minute strategy system, you get some of these systems in place. You can't keep up with it. Obviously, bring on EVAs, Executive Virtual Assistants, to do this for you. You don't have to train them, coach them, mentor them, teach them. They know how to do all of this. But Life Masteries Institute will do a 30-minute strategy session. It's a gift session on anybody in your life. Could be a spouse, could be children, could be stepchildren, could be friends, family. Doesn't have to be business. It can be anybody in your life. It's a gift in being able to go through and do that. You want to do the 30-minute strategy session, learn how to do it, but you can introduce people, talk to your Action Vision coach, and they can introduce you to somebody within Life Masteries Institute, and they will do this. And so asking for referrals, they can do so much of the work. They will do so much of the work in being able to bring value to other people in your life, business, non-business, and that makes you look good, makes me look good when I do this. I use Life Masteries. I want them to talk to everybody possible in my life because as they bring value, they help other people. That helps me. As I help other people, they help me. As I'm helped, I'm helping other people. Together we can accomplish so much more than we ever could on our own. The BOSS system, the DNA for people, business, life, hopefully you're seeing all of this integrated into these 5:30 sessions. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. God bless. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.